Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive with us.
Ready to level up.
Always. Today we're all about connection, and we're going deep with a chapter from the book Level Up Your Life.
That's right. 10 strategies for, well, transforming yourself. And we're tackling relationships this time.
This chapter's got a cool approach, though. It's like stories, kind of like eight Aesop's fables, but for adults.
Definitely. They make those insights really stick, not just theory. You see it all play out with characters you can relate to.
Totally. Like Sophie, for instance. She's got tons of people around, friends, family, the whole shebang, but she feels totally disconnected.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Right, like going through the motions, but not really connecting.
Happens all the time, especially these days. Hundreds of friends online, but still feeling lonely. Sophie's dealing with exactly that.
So what's the answer? Ditch social media. Become a hermit.
Not quite. The book's more about being intentional. Choosing those connections carefully. It's all about quality over quantity.
Okay, I'm listening. Why is quality so important? Well, think of it this way. A closet full of clothes you never wear, or a few pieces you absolutely love. Same with relationships. A few strong ones beat a ton of surface level ones any day.
Makes sense. Like some friends energize you, others just, well, drain you.
Exactly. Focus on quality, invest where it matters, and you get more emotional bang for your buck. Stronger sense of belonging, too.
So how does Sophie, make that shift?
Being present. It sounds simple, but it's huge. Put away the distractions, the phone, everything, and just focus on the person in front of you. Really listen. Make eye contact.
Easier said than done, right? We're all about multitasking and notifications these days.
Oh, absolutely. Takes effort. But when Sophie tries it with her friend Clara, the difference is night and day. Clara feels seen, heard, like never before. Their bond strengthens just like that.
Powerful stuff. It's like saying you matter, right? In a world where everyone's screaming for attention, that focused attention becomes a real gift.
You got it. And it's not just about making the other person feel good. Being present helps us listen better, pick up on those subtle cues, connect authentically.
So quality over quantity really means engaging more deeply, not just having fewer friends.
Right, and deeper engagement often involves vulnerability, letting people see the real you, flaws and all. That can be scary, I know.
Makes me think of Brene Brown, vulnerability, shame, the whole deal. We hide our struggles, but connection comes from letting people in.
Exactly. And that's what happens with Sophie. She opens up to her coworker, Jake, about being overwhelmed at work. And guess what? He feels the same way. That wall between them crumbles, they connect on a whole new level.
Wow. Vulnerability really can shift things just like that. It's like giving permission to be real. Makes you feel safer to do the same.
Totally. That shared humanity. We're all in this together, facing similar stuff. Sometimes just knowing someone else gets it is all it takes.
But what about those relationships that aren't two-way? You're always the one reaching out, putting in the effort. What does the book say about that?
Great question. The book talks about those energy-zapping relationships, the ones that drain you, not uplift you. Eleanor, Sophie's mentor in the story, addresses this directly.
So cut them off. Sounds kind of harsh.
Not always about cutting people off completely, it's about boundaries. Choosing where your energy goes. It's not selfish to prioritize those give-and-take relationships where both sides are putting in the effort.
Right, like finding balance, nurturing what's good, stepping back from what's draining.
Exactly. And sometimes letting go, even a little, opens space for new, better connections.
So being mindful of that energy exchange, making choices that are good for you.
Exactly. Which brings us to Lena's story. She's got plenty of friends, but it's like her relationships are a puzzle that's fallen apart. Pieces drifting without her even noticing.
Oh, I feel that. Life gets in the way. And the strong connections, they can fade.
That's when you got to be intentional. Lena's friend Ava gives her a wake-up call. Relationships need work. You can't just assume they'll stay strong on their own.
So it's not enough to just have great people in your life. You have to actively keep them there. How does Lena do that?
Purposeful reaching out. Not just, hey, how are you? But deeper questions, remembering details, making people feel seen.
Like that saying, people might forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. It's those little things that really matter.
Totally. And being present again. Phone away, full attention. People crave that.
So simple, yet so rare these days. It's like saying you're more important than my notifications.
And that message is powerful. People want that genuine connection, to be seen, heard.
And Lena also realizes those small gestures matter too. Not always grand pronouncements or gifts, A handwritten note, remembering someone's favorite coffee, just saying, I was thinking of you.
Huge impact. Shows you care, you're paying attention. Effort speaks volumes.
But Lena hits a snag, too.
Wow.
Not all relationships are two-way, right? Some people take and take, leaving you feeling empty.
And recognizing that is key to building a strong circle. It's tough, but sometimes you got to let go, even create some distance to make room for the good ones.
So taking care of yourself first, knowing it's okay to step back from what's not working.
Exactly. Letting go can be self-care. It frees you up for those relationships that actually lift you up.
It's like Lena's taking ownership, being deliberate about who she connects with, making choices that make her happy.
Spot on. And it takes honesty, courage, and knowing when to nurture and when to let go. It's a journey.
This reminds me, building connections is a two-way street. It's about being present, communicating clearly, making sure things feel balanced.
It's a dance.
Yeah.
And like anything worth having, it takes work.
So we've got quality over quantity, being present, vulnerability. But what about when things go wrong? Misunderstandings, arguments, all that messy stuff? How do you navigate that without wrecking everything?
That's where Oliver's story comes in. He's got trouble expressing himself, especially at work. Great ideas, but they get lost in translation. Leads to frustration, missed opportunities, feeling overlooked.
Like he's speaking a different language, even though it's still English.
Exactly. Communication breakdown, affecting him at work and in his personal life too.
So what's the fix? Public speaking lessons? Communication boot camp?
The book goes deeper than that. It's not just technique. It's about connection.
Okay, how does connection relate to communication?
Think about when you've felt truly heard. It's not just the words, but how they made you feel. Seen, respected. Good communication builds that bridge of understanding.
Right, like you're not just transmitting information, but building rapport, strengthening the relationship.
Exactly. That's where Oliver's transformation starts. His sister, Claire, gives him some wise advice. Communication isn't just talking, it's making people feel heard, understood, connected.
Like shifting the focus from getting your point across to creating understanding.
Yeah, and that leads Oliver to active listening.
I've heard that term, but what does it actually mean? Nodding and saying, uh-huh.
More than that, it's being present, verbally and non-verbally, showing you're engaged.
So not just hearing the words, but getting the message, the emotions behind it.
Yes, reflecting feelings, summarizing to make sure you understand, asking questions, body language, eye contact, the whole package.
Sounds like a lot, but I can see how mastering that would make a huge difference.
The book shows this perfectly with Oliver. He tries active listening with his coworker, Lucas, who's struggling with a project. Just by reflecting Lucas's feelings back to him, he creates a safe space. Lucas feels heard.
That's powerful. Builds trust, right? Lays the groundwork for better teamwork.
Absolutely. And it's not just work relationships. Oliver sees changes in his personal life, too.
So he's not just becoming a better communicator, but a better friend, partner, everything.
Exactly. Communication, it's the foundation. And by working on it, he's improving every part of his life.
It's not just a skill, it's an art form. Crafting your message, your tone, your body language, and really listening.
Well said. Oliver's story shows us we can all do this. Shift from talking to connecting, from being right to understanding, building empathy instead of walls.
So it's not about being some super charismatic speaker, but being mindful, intentional, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And the book makes it clear that shift leads to deeper connections, more understanding, better relationships all around.
Sounds like we could all learn a thing or two from Oliver. But what about when communication feels impossible? When you're so stuck in your own head, you can't see the other side. How do you handle conflict without things blowing up?
That's a big one. The book tackles it through Alex and Sarah. Two good friends, but they get a major snag, a disagreement that gets pretty tense. The classic example of communication gone wrong.
Makes me think about how conflict's natural in any relationship, right? It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's how you handle it that matters.
Totally. And the book says the key is shifting from being right to understanding.
Okay, how do you do that, especially when you're all fired up?
Not easy, but it starts with really listening to the other person, even if you disagree. Acknowledging their feelings, trying to see their point of view.
Like Stephen Covey said, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Putting your ego aside and really getting where they're coming from.
Exactly. Empathy can totally change the game. It calms things down, opens up space for real dialogue.
So it's not about hiding your own feelings, but creating space for both sides to be heard, respected.
Precisely. And that's what happens with Alex and Sarah. But their story's just getting started. They've got work to do to find that common ground, and we'll see how it all unfolds.
I'm definitely curious to see where they end up. But before we get to that, let's talk about Maya for a bit. Our global citizen, she's off in India, right? Last we heard, she was learning to cook with a local family, soaking up their way of life.
It's amazing how food can bring people together. The book calls it intentional connection, seeking out experiences that create belonging, whether it's activities, conversations, just being present.
Right, like it's not enough to just be there. You have to engage. And Maya seems to be doing that a lot in India.
Definitely. One powerful moment happens in a local market. Imagine this. Bright colors, the smell of spices, a whole symphony of sounds. And Maya, she's drawn to this stall where an old artisan is making jewelry. Intricate stuff.
I can practically smell the incense, but I bet it's the artisan story that really grabs Maya. People who create things, they often have so much wisdom to share.
Totally. He's been doing this for decades. And as he works, he tells Maya about his life, his family, all these traditions passed down over generations. And she realizes, despite their differences, age, culture, all of it, they share a passion for creativity, for beauty,
Yeah.
for keeping those traditions alive.
It's like those differences melt away and you see that shared humanity, that we're more alike than different feeling.
Exactly. And this keeps happening for Maya. She goes to this peaceful temple, meets a wise elder who talks about mindfulness, gratitude, living in harmony with nature.
I can picture it. Maya soaking up his wisdom, totally captivated.
Right. Wisdom and connection. They can pop up anywhere. It's not about finding gurus or experts, but being open to the lessons life throws your way. A chance meeting, a conversation, a quiet moment of reflection.
It's about being present, open, receptive, letting those experiences touch you.
Exactly. Maya's doing that, and she finds herself connecting with all kinds of people. Street vendors, shopkeepers, other travelers. She's curious, empathetic, realizing everyone has a story, a lesson to share.
She's becoming a real global citizen, not just seeing the world, but engaging with it, connecting with different cultures, embracing the whole human experience.
Exactly. And it shows in how she interacts. No more just taking pictures and buying souvenirs. She's having real conversations, asking questions, listening, sharing her own experiences.
She's living that Mark Twain quote, right? Travel is fatal to prejudice. You know the one. It's about opening your mind, seeing beyond your own little corner of the world.
Spot on. Maya's journey shows how powerful travel can be. It's not just about the sights, but about growing as a person, connecting with people, seeing the world in a whole new light.
And that brings us back to the heart of level up your life. Connection is key to a good life. Being present, intentional, seeking out experiences that feed your soul and bring you closer to others.
Absolutely. And we see it in every story. Sophie, with her quality connections, Lena building her support system, Oliver discovering that communication is about more than just words, and Maya embracing the world, connecting across cultures.
Like they're all pieces of the same puzzle, right? Showing us the different sides of connection and how important it is for our well-being.
Beautifully put. And it's not a finish line, it's a journey. Showing up, reaching out, listening, nurturing those bonds that make life worth living.
Being present in those moments, big and small. Knowing every encounter, whether it's with someone you love, a stranger, even a different culture, can make you richer, make your heart bigger.
Exactly. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, what your relationships are like right now. It starts with opening yourself up to connection, being vulnerable, and seeking out those experiences that make you feel like you belong.
So as we move on, here's something to think about. What's one small thing you can do today to connect? Nurture a relationship, strengthen a bond. It doesn't have to be huge. A phone call, a text, a shared meal, even just giving someone your full attention.
And remember, every little effort makes a difference.
Yeah.
It ripples outward, making the world a little bit kinder, a little bit more connected.
We'll be right back after a short break.
And we're back, ready to unpack how even the best relationships can hit a snag.
Like Alex and Sarah, right? Still stuck in that disagreement.
Yep, communication breakdown city. Last we left them, Sarah was feeling totally unheard, like Alex wasn't even trying to see her side.
It's tough when you feel like that.
It is. But here's where things get interesting. Alex, instead of getting defensive, he does something unexpected. Takes a step back, like a mental pause. Chooses to listen instead of react.
That takes serious self-awareness, hitting the brakes on that knee-jerk reaction we all have when we feel attacked.
Right, the book really highlights that pause, that shift from defending yourself to actually understanding. That's where conflict resolution starts.
So not about pushing down your own feelings, but making space for the other person's experience.
Exactly. And Sarah feels that shift immediately. She can tell Alex is really trying to understand, to see her point of view. That validation, feeling heard, it's huge.
It's like saying your feelings matter,
Hmm.
right? Especially when things are heated.
Totally. And it's not just about making the other person feel better. When we listen, really listen, we understand the situation better, so we can respond better too.
Listening isn't just being quiet, it's actively trying to see the world through their eyes.
And that leads to the next step. Alex goes even further. He asks Sarah, what could I have done differently?
Whoa. That's big. Taking responsibility, showing he wants to learn.
Exactly. Changes the whole dynamic. Not about blame anymore, but about understanding. He's inviting Sarah to help him grow.
Conflict doesn't have to be a battle, right? It can be a chance to learn, to become closer.
Absolutely. Takes humility, though. Setting your ego aside and really listening.
So Alex's question, it opens the door for a real conversation. What happens then?
Sarah, finally feeling heard, she explains how Alex's actions made her feel. Dismissed, like her opinions didn't matter. And that hurt.
Reminds me how much our words can affect people, even if we don't mean to hurt them.
True. Communication isn't just about information. It's about connection, respect, making people feel safe.
So by acknowledging Sarah's feelings, taking responsibility, Alex starts to repair things.
Right. That's where real conflict resolution starts. It's not about winning, but about finding common ground, keeping the relationship strong.
We're so conditioned to think it's win or lose, but that rarely ends well.
True. When we're obsessed with being right, we miss the chance to connect, to really see the other person's side.
So what can we learn from all this? How can we handle conflict better?
First, remember the power of listening. Really listening, with empathy, putting aside your defensiveness and genuinely trying to understand.
Like we said, shift from being right to understanding. It's not about hiding your own thoughts, but making space for both sides.
And then, be willing to own your part. Ask, what could I have done differently? That question can change everything. Shows humility, a desire to learn and make things right.
Such valuable advice. We've all been there, right?
Oh, for sure. Conflict is universal. And the book gives us real tools to approach it in a healthy way, to make our relationships stronger, not weaker.
Meanwhile, Maya's still off in India, exploring, learning, and connecting with a whole new culture.
Last we left her, she was deep in the heart of India, learning to cook with a local family, absorbing their way of life.
Food is such a powerful connector, right? Breaking down barriers, bringing people together.
Absolutely. The book talks about intentional connection, and that's what Maya's doing, seeking out experiences that build a sense of belonging, whether it's shared activities, conversations, just being present.
It's about more than just being in the same room, right? It's about truly engaging heart to heart. And Maya's having a lot of those moments in India.
She is. One really impactful encounter happens at a local market. Picture this. Bright colors, the smell of spices, a whole symphony of sounds. Maya is drawn to this stall where an old artisan is making beautiful, intricate jewelry.
I can almost smell the incense and hear the hustle and bustle, but I bet it's the artisan story that really captivates Maya. People who make things with their hands, they often have such depth.
You're right. He's been a craftsman for decades. As he works, he tells Maya about his life, his family, the traditions that have been passed down for generations. And despite their differences in age, culture, background, they find common ground. Their passion for creativity, for beauty, for keeping those traditions alive.
It's that beautiful realization that we're more alike than different, despite all those surface-level things we tend to focus on.
Exactly. And this understanding continues to grow for Maya. She visits a peaceful temple, meets a wise elder who shares his insights on mindfulness, gratitude, living in harmony with nature.
I bet that elder embodies that serene energy that people often associate with India. Maya, just soaking up his wisdom.
You got it. It reinforces the idea that you can find wisdom and connection anywhere. It's not about seeking out gurus or experts, but about being open to learning from life itself. Chance encounters, conversations with strangers, even quiet moments of reflection.
It's about being present, open, and receptive to whatever comes your way.
Exactly. And as Maya embraces this approach, she finds herself connecting with all kinds of people, from street vendors to shopkeepers to fellow travelers. She's seeing the world through new eyes, with curiosity and empathy, understanding that every person has a story to tell, a lesson to share, a unique perspective that can enrich her own understanding.
She's becoming a true global citizen, not just a tourist observing from the outside, but someone who's actively engaging with the world, connecting with people from all walks of life, embracing the richness of human diversity.
Exactly. And it shows in how she interacts with the world. She's not just napping photos and collecting souvenirs. She's having meaningful conversations, asking questions, listening intently, sharing her own experiences openly and honestly.
It's like she's living out that Mark Twain quote. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness. It's about opening your mind, challenging your assumptions, and seeing beyond your own limited perspective.
Perfectly put. Maya's journey is a testament to the transformative power of travel, not just as a way to see new places, but as a way to expand your horizons, connect with your shared humanity, and cultivate a more compassionate and interconnected worldview.
And it all circles back to the core message of level up your life. Connection is essential for a fulfilling life. Being present, being intentional, seeking out experiences that nourish your soul and bring you closer to others.
We see it in each story, right? Sophie learns about quality connections, Lena builds her support system, Oliver discovers the true power of communication, and Maya embraces the world, connecting across cultures.
It's like they're all different facets of the same gem, reflecting the many ways connection enriches our lives and contributes to our well-being.
Beautifully said. And it's important to remember that connection isn't a destination, it's a journey. It's a continuous process of showing up, reaching out, listening deeply, and nurturing the bonds that make life richer and more meaningful.
It's about being present in all our interactions, big or small, and understanding that every encounter, whether it's with a loved one, a stranger, or even a different culture, has the potential to enrich us and make our hearts grow.
Precisely. And it's a journey we can all embark on, regardless of our background, our circumstances, or our current relationships. It starts with a willingness to open ourselves up to the possibility of connection, to embrace vulnerability, and to actively seek out experiences that foster a sense of belonging.
So as we continue our deep dive into the art of connection, let's shift our focus to a skill that has been subtly woven through all these stories: the power of deep listening.
You're right, it's been there all along, hasn't it? From Sophie's connection with Clara to Oliver's transformation as a communicator, even in Alex and Sarah's efforts to resolve their conflict, the ability to truly hear and understand each other has been central to their growth.
Deep listening seems to be the foundation of meaningful connection. It's what allows us to build rapport, to empathize, to navigate challenges effectively.
Exactly. The book emphasizes that deep listening is more than just passively hearing words. It's about actively engaging with the speaker, paying attention to their nonverbal cues, reflecting their feelings, and creating a space where they feel truly heard and understood.
It's like saying, "You matter. What you have to say matters. I'm here to listen without judgment, with a genuine desire to understand your perspective."
Beautifully put. And that kind of listening can be incredibly powerful. It can de-escalate conflict, strengthen bonds, and create a sense of safety and connection that allows for genuine sharing and deeper understanding.
It makes me think about how often we listen with the intention to respond, rather than with the intention to understand. We're so busy crafting our own arguments or waiting for our turn to speak that we miss the nuances of what the other person is trying to communicate.
It's a common trap, but the book encourages us to break free from that pattern and develop a more mindful, intentional way of listening.
So it's about shifting our focus from what am I going to say next to what is this person truly trying to tell me, both through their words and their actions.
Exactly. And the book gives us some practical tips for honing this skill, like paying attention to our body language, making eye contact, silencing that inner critic, and practicing empathy.
It sounds like deep listening is a skill that requires practice, patience, and a genuine desire to connect with others on a deeper level.
Absolutely. And it's a skill that can enrich every area of our lives, our personal relationships, our work, even our interactions with strangers.
It reminds us that everyone has a story, and by truly listening to each other, we can create a more compassionate and understanding world.
Beautifully said. And Maya's journey as a global citizen is a perfect example of how deep listening can bridge cultural divides and foster meaningful connections despite our differences.
I can't wait to hear more about her experiences. But before we travel back to India with her, let's take a moment to acknowledge the key takeaways we've explored so far: conflict resolution, deep listening, and the transformative power of connection.
It's a lot to process. But each of these elements is crucial for building healthy and fulfilling relationships.
And Level Up Your Life has given us some practical strategies and techniques that we can start using today. It's about being present, communicating thoughtfully, listening with empathy, and nurturing those connections that make life richer and more meaningful.
It's a journey, but it's one worth taking. By embracing vulnerability, connection, and the power of deep listening, we can all enhance our relationships and create a more fulfilling and meaningful life.
We'll be right back after a short break. And we're back, ready to explore more of those connection gems. Maya's still in India, right? Last we left her, she was learning to cook with Artie. Not just recipes, but a whole philosophy of connection through food.
It's amazing how a simple meal can create a bond that goes beyond words. Artie's approach is a perfect example of what the book calls intentional connection, actively seeking out experiences that build a sense of belonging. Whether it's activities, deep conversations, just being present with people.
It's not just about being in the same room, right? It's about creating those moments where you're truly engaging with each other, heart to heart. And Maya seems to be having a lot of those moments in India.
Oh, absolutely. One that really stands out happens at a local market. Picture this: vibrant colors, the aroma of spices, a symphony of sounds. Maya finds herself drawn to a stall where this elderly artisan is crafting intricate jewelry.
I can almost smell the incense, but I bet it's the artisan story that really captures Maya's attention. People who create things with their hands, they often have so much wisdom to share.
You're right. This artisan has been practicing his craft for decades. And as he works, he shares stories of his life, his family, the traditions that have been passed down for generations. Maya realizes that despite their differences, age, culture, background, they're connected by a shared passion. A passion for creativity, for beauty, for keeping those traditions alive.
It's a beautiful illustration of how connection can go beyond those surface level differences, right? It's about recognizing that shared humanity, that spark that says we're more alike than we are different.
Exactly. And this understanding deepens as Maya continues her journey. She visits a serene temple and meets a wise elder who shares insights about mindfulness, gratitude, and living in harmony with nature.
This elder sounds like he embodies the peaceful, grounded energy that many people associate with India. I can picture Maya just sitting there absorbing his wisdom.
You got it. It reinforces the idea that wisdom and connection can be found anywhere. It's not about seeking out gurus or experts, but about being open to the lessons that life throws your way. A chance encounter, a conversation with a stranger, a quiet moment of reflection.
It's about being present, open, receptive, allowing those experiences to touch you.
Exactly. As Maya embraces this, she finds herself connecting with people from all walks of life: street vendors, shopkeepers, fellow travelers. She's learning to see the world with curiosity and empathy, realizing that everyone has a story, a lesson to share, a unique perspective that can enrich her understanding.
It's like she's transforming from a tourist to a true global citizen, not just observing the world, but actively engaging with it, connecting with different cultures, embracing the diversity of human experience.
Precisely. And it changes how she interacts with the world. She's not just taking photos and buying souvenirs anymore. She's having real conversations, asking questions, truly listening, sharing her own experiences openly.
She's living that Mark Twain quote, right? Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness. It's about opening your mind, challenging your assumptions, seeing beyond your own little corner of the world.
Absolutely. Maya's journey really shows us how powerful travel can be. It's not just about the sights. It's about personal growth, connecting with humanity, seeing the world in a new light.
And it all ties back to that core message of level up your life. Connection is key to a fulfilling life. Being present, intentional, seeking out experiences that nourish your soul and bring you closer to others.
It's woven through all the stories we've discussed. Sophie prioritizing quality connections, Lena building her support system, Oliver realizing that communication is about more than just words, and Maya embracing the world and connecting across cultures.
It's like they're all pieces of the same puzzle, showing us the different ways connection enriches our lives and contributes to our well-being.
Beautifully said. And it's important to remember that connection isn't a destination. It's an ongoing journey, a process of showing up, reaching out, listening deeply, and nurturing those bonds that make life richer and more meaningful.
It's about being present in those moments, big and small, and recognizing that every encounter, whether it's with a loved one, a stranger, even a different culture, has the potential to touch our lives and make us better.
Precisely. And it's a journey that's open to all of us, regardless of our background, circumstances, or relationship status. It all starts with a willingness to open ourselves to the possibility of connection, to embrace vulnerability, and to seek out those experiences that foster a sense of belonging.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the art of connection, we'll leave our listeners with this thought. What's one small step you can take today to nurture a relationship, strengthen a bond, or simply create a moment of genuine connection with someone in your life? It doesn't have to be grand or complicated. A phone call, a text, a shared meal, even just giving someone your undivided attention.
Remember, every effort, no matter how small, ripples outwards, creating a more connected and compassionate world.
And for more inspiration and practical advice on leveling up your relationships and creating a more fulfilling life, we highly recommend checking out Level Up Your Life, 10 Strategies for Rapid Personal Transformation. It's packed with insightful stories and actionable tips you can apply to all areas of your life.
Don't forget to share your own connection wins with us on social media, too. We love hearing about the positive changes you're making in your life and the ripple effects you're creating in the world.
Until next time, keep diving deep, keep connecting, and keep leveling up.